I was asked some questions or whatever case may be about relationships and my thoughts on certain things or whatever. What advice would I give or whatever? And I'm not no guru or none of that crap or whatever case may be. But I just wanted to tell people, man, be mindful of not wanting a ready-made relationship. You know what I'm saying? Not looking at social media, whether it's Love and Hip Hop or Atlanta Housewives or whatever it is that's being populated and pushed and promoted to be like, this is the epitome of what relationships are. Be mindful that you're going to have to work at your relationship. Whether you're a man or whether you're a woman, let me give you some tidbits that I found to be very helpful. Don't be the type of woman that be like, oh, well, I'm going to send you the link to this restaurant, so I want you to make all the arrangements. You know what I'm saying? I want you to do X, Y, and Z. Like, don't be that type of person. Keep the same energy. Keep the same consistency. Add to the fire. You know what I'm saying? Keep it spicy. Keep it spontaneous. Don't wait and sit with your hands crossed and be like, well, this is what you should be doing for me. Fellas, compliment her. You know what I'm saying? Tell her that she's beautiful. Tell her that she looks amazing. She smells amazing. Notice the little things that happen if she goes out and, does something with her hair or her nails or whatever. I think a lot of pressure is being put on relationships to the point where people are not having fun. You know what I'm saying? That they're not having fun. Like, if you're the type of person like, well, if I can't plan it with you and I can't do it with you, I'm going to go do it elsewhere. Well, then you don't want to be in a relationship. Right? You don't want to be in a relationship. If let's say I tell my girl, oh, let's go to this restaurant. And for some reason something comes up and we can't never go, and I go plan the same rendezvous or trip with somebody else, then you don't want to be in a relationship. Then you don't take that person serious. I think a lot of times we sit back and we say, well, I put these expectations on the other person, but we don't hold ourselves to the same expectation. It's due for me. Right? It's due for me, what we want, what we need, the affirmation, the validation, the confirmation that we need, but we don't think about other people and what they need. And I think that's the problem that we have in relationships. A lot of people come and they want these ready-made relationships, these quick relationships. They want, we should be going to dinner every weekend. We should be flying to, take this trip every weekend. We should be doing this and doing that. And the thought process is, what exactly are you bringing to the table that requires you to be taken care of at that level? A lot of people who want things in a relationship, they couldn't do those things without you before they got in a relationship. You couldn't fly to Dubai before you got in a relationship. You couldn't eat out every weekend before you got in a relationship. So when you get in a relationship, it's like, okay, now I put the onus on you. Now, don't get me wrong. As a man, you definitely should be a provider, a protector, a role model, and definitely a leader and take action. But here's the thing. As a woman, it doesn't alleviate your responsibility to be a confidant, to be a partner. You know what I'm saying? To be proactive, to have a level of consistency. And I think what happens is we tend to miss the mark on treating each other with respect and dignity, treating each other with some type of concern for the other's welfare. I say, humble yourself. I think it'll be good for people to understand, like, hey, look, I'm here to rock out with you. I'm here to build with you. I'm here to grow with you. I'm here to learn from you, and vice versa. But I think when you're in a relationship and you're challenging each other in a negative way, you're challenging each other for a negative way. I think a lot of people feel like because you have a penis, you automatically, penis and balls, that automatically makes you a man. You should know everything you need to know. Because you have a vagina and some breasts, you automatically know it. No, let me tell you something, man. Everybody did not have that mother figure or father figure or adult in their life to teach them how to be in a relationship. Some people learn through trial and error. Some people learn through trial and error. Hell, some people never learn. Some people never learn. Hey, maybe I should open the door for her. Maybe I should send her a good morning text. Or maybe I should take her somewhere. Or maybe I should say that he's handsome. Or maybe I should, rub his back. Some people never learn. And they definitely don't realize how to maneuver. So sometimes it takes a video or someone, a friend or someone to say, well, you should be doing this for your man. You know, a lot of times you learn how to be in a relationship through somebody else's relationship. And I'm not talking about keeping up with the Joneses, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying you learn how to be in a relationship based on what somebody else do. You know, they're always having walks in the park. They're always doing things that's spontaneous. They're always complimenting each other. They're always buying gifts for one another. They're always showing affection. They're always choosing one another. And I think that's important in a relationship too. Are you choosing one another? Are you making time for that other person? Are you showing that person that they're appreciated and that thank you for being a part of my life, giving me your time, your energy, your space? Or are you just one of those people that take? And I'm going to be honest with you. If you are one of those people that just take, people will get tired of that real fast. Like they're exhausting all of their energy toward making you happy, going out of their way to make you happy. At some point in time, they're going to be like, well, the light bulb is going to go off. The light switch is going to flick. And either one of their friends or family members, or they're going to see something where they have this epiphany and say, why am I going out my way to please somebody who don't care about pleasing me? Who don't care about being consistent to me? Who would rather go around the world and do all of these things over here, but when it comes to me, lazy, a couch potato. It's about giving the same energy. It's about promoting one another. It's about loving one another. It's about understanding and appreciate. Well, let's talk about it, right? It's about appreciating one another. When you don't have a level of appreciation, you tend to do things that just don't make sense. You go out to eat, your girl at home or your man at home or whatever, you don't ask them if they hungry. You just come back full of the mother. I'm about to piss somebody off. You come back full. You got mustard on your mouth. You got mayonnaise on your shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how was your day? Oh, yeah, I stopped and, grabbed me a bite to eat. Well, I was hungry. You could have asked me if I was hungry or whatever. Or better yet, a new movie come out. You know what I'm saying? You leave the house, you pull off to go watch the new movie without your boyfriend or your girlfriend. It's a level of inconsistency. It's a level of a lack of self-awareness. Some people are so self-absorbed. It's all about me. And then what happens is you're going to be a lonely SOB. You're going to be a lonely SOB trying to chase, trying to be seen, trying to be validated, oh, look at me, look at what I'm doing. I'm telling you, you're going to be a lonely SOB because here's the thing. What's going to happen is when you get sick, ain't nobody going to be around. When your birthday comes, you're going to be celebrating it with a bunch of strangers, right? When these special moments and special holidays happen, you're going to be looking around like when it's Christmas time and X, Y, and Z, when it's New Year's time. And I see a lot of people, they go through this thing and they act like, oh, well, living my best life, right? They single, right? They act like they living their best life. And then that moment of clarity, that moment of silence happens. You ever seen somebody in a moment of silence? You ever seen those people that just need to be in the crowd because they can't be alone? They can't be by themselves. They hear themselves think. They drive themselves crazy. So they're always in the mix. They're always trying to act like they're the life of the party. Look, hey, y'all, hey, yeah. But at the end of the day, you don't have anybody to go home to. You don't have anybody to hug you. You don't have anybody to bounce ideas off or whatever case may be. And then a lot of the people, to be honest with you, a lot of the people that you make your friends or you try to spend time with that you say, this is my party crew, my turn up crew. They don't really know you like that. Uh-oh, take the water. I know it's a hard pill to swallow. Here we go. They don't really know you like that. They don't really rock with you like that. What's your favorite color? What college did you go to? What's your aspirations? What's your dreams? What benchmarks have you set for yourself? What books have you read? What are you inspiring to become? Have you became that? How are you doing today? How many people that actually have friends around them that actually ask them, how are you doing today? They don't text you, they call. They stop by. They make sure that you're good. And I see a lot of people in relationships, they're not connecting like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I only want you when it's time to go out. I only want you when it's time for sex. I don't want to find out about your day. I don't want to find out, what your goals and your dreams are. I don't want to ask you how I can support you. But I want you to support me. I want you to be there for me, but I don't want to ask how I can help you out. And I see a lot of one-sided narratives out there, but they call it relationship. Well, me personally, those are not the relationship goals that I want. That's nothing I would appreciate, nothing that I would drive to go see or go be around or whatever case may be. Because to me, that's a level of selfishness. Now, it's okay to, from time to time, to say, hey, I'm going to worry about me for right now at this second. You know what I'm saying? You go get a manicure. A manicure or a pedicure, you go to a spa day, you take, hey, you just take some time to yourself, a day to yourself, a weekend to yourself, a week to yourself. But self-awareness, self-reflection, self-respect has nothing to do with being selfish to the point where you don't care about nobody else, where it's disrespect. Right? I wish you the best. I want the best for you, but right now I got to do this for my self-preservation. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure that my mind good, my soul is good. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that there's a lot of people out there, man. It's a lot of people that are broken out there. Broken, jumping from relationship to relationship, bringing whatever baggage or whatever hole or whatever smut they got from the, I said smut. Whatever they got to the next relationship. And it's like the expectations from the last relationship, they now put on the new relationship, and they want everybody else to be like, oh, well, I'm demanding that you do this and I'm demanding that you do that. And really, when people want to do something, you don't have to demand them to do anything. If people want to treat you right, you ain't got to demand them to do anything. If they want to be around you, you ain't got to demand them to do anything. If they want to find out how your day is going on, they want to, make sure that you're supported, you don't have to demand them to do anything. And I think that's the issue. We have a lot of demands when it comes to men and women. It's a lot of demands. This is what you better do, or else. Well, if you can't learn to love yourself, it is going to be difficult for somebody else to love you. Did I lose somebody? If you can't learn to love yourself, then it's going to be difficult for somebody else to love you. If you can't respect yourself, it's going to be difficult for somebody to respect you. Whether you're a man or a woman, it's a lot of people running around with their head in the clouds, and they think, well, this is the way I need to be in order to be happy. And here's the thing: you can party six times a week. To be honest with you, rest on a Sabbath day. You know what I'm saying? You can party, and everything will be cool on the outside. Got a lot of people around you, always in the mix, turn up, drinking, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But on the inside, you broken. On the inside, you black. So you got to watch how you go about trying to fill that void. You can mask something and still not fill a void. Case in point, if you get a bowl, right? You fill that bowl with water, okay? You can cover the bowl up. You can cover the bowl up, or whatever case it be. But that don't mean that you fix the contents inside of it. That don't mean you fixed it out. Fix it out. That don't mean you fix. Y'all know what I'm about to piss somebody off. You can mask it. You can cover it up, but that don't mean it don't exist. The water is still there. The volume is still there, but it's not filled with nothing. Well, y'all would say, well, it's filled with water, but my thought process is, well, it's not filled with it's not filled with nothing really, right? Still just a bowl. You didn't mask it. Hell, let's make it a little bit more graphic. You can put some doo-doo in there, a number 2 in there, cover it up, right? Well, you can't clean it. You can't clean it up and fix it because you didn't master it. Well, let me put on this outside smile, but on the inside you messed up. On the inside of the bowl is messed up, but on the outside we put this nice little pretty napkin or this handkerchief on it. Hell, we put a big sheet on it. Huh? We want to overdo it. You know how people overdo it? They overdo it. We're going to put this big sheet. We're going to mask this. But then after a while, you're like, what's that? What's that smell? What's going on? What's happening? Because you ain't fixed the inside. You ain't fixed the nastiness on the inside. The rotten on the inside. The shit on the inside. And that's what a lot of people do. You meet these people and they put on these great facades. You meet somebody, you know what I'm saying? And then after a while, you start noticing certain things. We call them red flags, but you start noticing certain things. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of us that had extended situationships. You know what I'm saying? The relationship probably wouldn't even really worked out, but it was extended for whatever reasons, right? And a lot of us are stuck in these situationships, these extended situationships. You know the person probably really ain't no good for you, but it's kind of like, no, just pass the time. Whether it's a male or a female, I'm gonna just pass the time. Some of y'all going both ways, I'm just saying. But, right? Because every time you sit down and you try to examine, like, why am I still in this situation? Like, this don't make sense, this don't make sense, this don't make sense. But it's like, I've seen it. I've been there, I've done that. You know what I'm saying? You start sitting down, you start scratching your hair, like, it's like, what exactly is going on here? What exactly is happening to the point where I need to be involved in this situation? Like, this person is inconsistent, not responsible, not reliable, not supportive. You know, I mean, it's like the check marks on the cons is high. Whereas the pros, you might have a good solid 3 pros, but the cons is like, you know what I'm saying? I get it. It takes a mature person to know how to walk away from something. Without being bitter, without being vindictive, without having any hard feelings or holding grudges. It takes a mature person to know how to walk away from a personal or a professional relationship. They be like, man, this ain't for me. Go with God. I appreciate you. I wish you the best, but this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. It's hard, bro. It's hard because it's like, we have an issue as people letting go. We needy. Right? We have an issue, both men and women. We have an issue with letting go. It's like, well, you've been riding with me. You've been riding with me the whole time. And I know I got some distance to go, but I don't know if I want to do it by myself. I like having a partner. You know what I'm saying? I like having somebody I can just, you're not going to really provide no conversation. You're not going to really talk about, C-19 and Ukraine, and you don't really get around like that. Your brain don't work like that. But I know you good for a couple jokes, right? I know you good for a couple, some nasty things on the way. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time you ride and you like this, you're like, okay, I know I got this person here, but my head on the swivel. Could that be somebody better? Could that be somebody better? Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about now. Come on now. You dealing with somebody that you really don't want to deal with, but now your head is on the swivel. That's those people that want to go out all the time. You ever had those people that want to go out? Oh, let's go here and let's go do that and let's go do that. They with you, but it's like head on the swivel. That's for men and women. Head on the swivel. Head on the swivel. Always got to, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. Let me go do this. Or let me go do this. Head on the swivel. Can't sit still. This is some more advice I would give you guys. If you guys are not good with each other, don't go out. If you guys are not on the same sheet of music, like that means that you guys can't sit in the house and have a great weekend or a great conversation or great sex or whatever. If y'all can't accomplish that, going out is going to do nothing but make it worse. Because y'all not on the same accord. And somebody's going to do something off-centered, whether it's the guy or whether it's the female, going to do something that's like thrown off. They're going to talk to somebody for too long. They're going to make eye contact with somebody too long. Hell, some people touchy-feely. I used to date this female. She was like super touchy-feely. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that was just that was just how she was. But the fact of the matter is, again, this was years ago. But again, it's like, well, damn, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So you guys need to make sure that you're on the same accord. You need to make sure that you're good, at least to the extent that if there is something that arises, something that happens, you guys can definitely be like, okay, well, let me, you know what I'm saying, let's talk through this or whatever. Because some people have, also another thing I would advise, learn to have a disagreement healthy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Learn to be in a situation where you're having healthy disagreements. I know that's something that's kind of absurd to a lot of people, but healthy disagreements, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. You know, and it should be okay that you don't agree with that, or you have a certain type of feeling about that. If they don't respect your feelings, F them. I'm gonna be real with you. If they don't respect your feelings and what you got to say, F them. The hell with them. You know what I'm saying? Go with God. I'm just being real with you. You are wasting your time. If they don't respect your feelings, you are wasting your time. If you got to explain, well, this is why I feel like this and yada, 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 right? And they like, well, it ain't about you. Okay. Can you imagine being a woman and a man says, oh, it ain't about you? Can you imagine being a man and telling a woman, it ain't about you? So if it ain't about me, what makes it about you? What makes you more important than me as a man or as a woman? What makes what you feel and what you think the alpha and omega, the tell all be all? I think you got to be mindful dealing with people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a narcissistic trait. That's a very toxic trait. You see what I'm saying? And some people don't realize, because they've been doing that for so long, where they downgrade women or they emasculate men in a relationship, and they don't even realize that they're doing it because it's natural, it's second nature. There's no way in hell that I would be with a woman who sits back and says, well, it's about me and not about you. It's about my turn up and my party, and it ain't about you. Are you serious? Like, you can't be talking to me. You done slipped and bumped your head. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing for women. It's like, well, how about, you know what? It's all about me all the time as a man, but it's never about you none of the times. Now, don't get it wrong. I think sometimes it's about miscommunication. I think sometimes people get into a situation where they just don't communicate because, of ego. And not that they lack common sense, but in their mind, what they're doing is legitimate. They're standing their ground. And sometimes you can stand your ground in delusion. I know this ain't what the men want to hear. This ain't what the women want to hear, right? You can stand your ground in delusion, in confusion. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're pouting about, what you're mad about, can be easily rectified, but you won't let it go. You got to intensify it. It's already hot. So you say, well, I could let the fire go down, or I can add some gasolina. Gasolina. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens with a lot of people. It's like, instead of letting the situation boil down and having a conversation, it's like, well, let me pull ego on it. Let me get a little narcissism in that mother. Here goes some toxicity. I'm just saying, so those things happen and you start asking yourself, like, man, what type of situation? And some people never let anything go. Some people never let anything go. You find yourself dealing with the present 2 years later, a year later, 6 months later, and their conversation when something happens in the present is to remind you of past things. That's unhealthy, because you never want someone, when they're dealing with you, to to be in a situation where they want to promote, well, I said this to you a year ago, or I said this to you 6 months ago. Like, it's like, bro, like, listen, deal with the present. Whoever that person was 6 months ago, don't make them that person right now. Whoever that person was a year ago, don't make them that person right now. Learn to let go and let God. And if you can't let go and let God, shut the hell up and move on. Move around. Stop trying to hold on to people that don't want to be held. Oh my, I'm about to piss somebody off. Don't we do that? Holding on to people that don't want to be held on to. They kicking and screaming and yelling and oh my God. And it's like you just trying to hold on for dear life, trying to keep a relationship going, trying to keep some type of communication going. Bro, listen. Let me talk to the men real quick. Ladies, hold on, have a seat. Fellas, listen. If that woman is showing you that you are not the priority, you are not the priority. She do not respect you. She respect the guy at the gym. She respect the guy at the post office. She respect the guy that's the cashier at the Walmart. She got super respect for everybody else, but when it comes to you, it's like zero respect. Hold on, fellas, before you get happy. Ladies, let me holler at y'all. This dude right here, he's willing to compliment everybody on social media, right? He's always touchy-feely with everybody else except you. Like he everywhere, doing everything. The thought process is find someone that is willing to build with you, love you, be consistent with you, loyal to you, trustworthy with you, successful with you. You don't need nobody that want to be unsuccessful. There's a lot of people that's like, I really don't want anything out of life. But it's a lot of people that want to take too. A lot of people want to drain you of your energy, drain you of your essence, drain you of your peace. You see what I'm saying? Because for them, it's all about the turn up. It's all about them. It's all about, whatever they think is important. You find that a lot of people that do those things, they can't have a conversation. They're overly emotional. They're over dramatic. You know what I'm saying? They turn everything into this woe is me situation or whatever case may be. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. At this stage in my life, I don't really have time. And it's not even I know I don't have time to deal with people who are emotionally unstable. Everything has to be an argument. Everything has to be a high level of disrespect or whatever case may be. And I just personally feel like, it's a smack in the face for everything that you've been through, the trial and tribulation that you've been through, to sit with someone who repeatedly wants to promote a level of disrespect. You see what I'm saying? We're not. You ever had to tell somebody, we're not about to argue. There ain't about to be no argument. It's about to be distance. You know what I'm saying? Go that way. I'm just saying, if you can't go that way, don't worry, I'll go that way. You know what I'm saying? Go with God. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to do this whole banter back and forth or whatever, because a lot of times when they heard you the first time, I'm not going to keep on repeating the same problem. Like, they heard you the first time. Imagine somebody like you stand, and this is one of the things that used to get me, right? You have a conversation with somebody, right? And then when you leave, instead of them saying whatever they needed to say right there in front of your face, they text you. What did you text me? What are you texting me for? What you texting me about? Like, I was standing right in front of your face. And it's like, well, let me, and God forbid if you get them people that want to send you long texts. So by the time you reply to that first text, they done sent you like 3 more texts. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, be mindful of people that want to handle serious problems via text message, that can't have a conversation with you face to face. And this is what I noticed, right? Because some people are not confrontational, and I get that as well. But everything don't have to be a confrontation. Everything don't have to be full of high emotion. But be mindful of those people that want to handle the situation via text all the time. They got so much to say via text. If you're not man or woman enough to sit down and have a conversation, or know that you need to have a conversation, are you the fixer in your relationship? Yep, it's a hard one. It's a hard pill to swallow. Take this water. Take this water. Don't look around. Don't look around. Get this water. Are you the fixer in your relationship? Let me tell you how draining that can be, ladies and gentlemen. If you are the fixer in your relationship, that means every time that there's a problem, you have to be the one to rectify the situation. And even if it's not with that person, it's probably things revolving around that person. If you are the fixer, you're going to get tired of it. You're going to get tired of it, and you're going to say, man, I just want to be somewhere where there ain't no problems, where it ain't about trying to break down and use, critical thinking to try to solve your problem. They heard you the first time. They saw you the first time when you fixed the problem. They heard you the first time when you addressed the problem. But what it is they lazy. They lazy. No, normally this is what happens. This is what happens when people are lazy in a relationship. One of the first things they do when people are lazy in a relationship, they try to alter and do the opposite, right? So let's say in a relationship, the female I'm messing with, he only want to have sex once a week, right? So to show out, to be like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna have sex 5 times a week. I'm gonna show you. Hold on, stay with me, y'all, right? He never want to go anywhere. And to show out, now I'm everywhere. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm on the gram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm gonna do the opposite of whatever it is. Like he never, and I'm saying he, but this goes for he and she. Matter of fact, let me use some she's. She never works out. Oh, now I'm in the gym 5 days a week. I'm showing you. You see what I'm saying? It's like I didn't have the energy inside the relationship to be a go-getter, to be a hustler, to be a provider, to be a protector, to be a role model, to be a leader, to be loyal, to be trustworthy. I didn't have no energy for that inside the relationship. But as soon as I get out the relationship, now I miss congeniality. Now I miss the amazing. And you got to be mindful of people because sometimes you catch people on that wave, right? And they look like they the life of the party. They look like, okay, I see you, Playboy. Oh, I see you, home girl. And it's like, okay, these are people I want. They look like they bout something, right? But the issue is when you put it on a facade. Here we go. More water. When you're putting on a facade, for some people, it's hard for them to keep that facade up. So whether you get in a professional or a personal relationship, what happens is that peak you thought they were on, they started to decline, right? They started to decline. Well, I thought you liked to work out. I thought you liked to travel. I thought you did want to work on your credit. I thought you did want to buy a home. I thought you did want to travel. I thought it was about communication. I thought it was about loyalty. I thought it was about friendship. I thought it was about support. You find out that you ain't who you said you were before. I'm about to piss somebody off. You find out. Oh, you lack communication skills. Okay. Right. You don't really like women like that, do you? You don't like men like that, do you? I'm just saying you find out who they are, especially when you go start a little trial and a little turbulence. A little turbulence start happening. You find, you ain't good under pressure. You are not good under pressure. Like zero pressure bust pipes, but you stop moving and stop breathing. You're like, people got to come and pump you. Breathe, wake up. You know what I'm saying? So you find out what people are made of and what they're all about. People will avoid you. People will avoid you like the plague if you are right about stuff. You know what I'm saying? They will avoid you like the plague if you are right about stuff. Hey, so check this out, man. Let me get up out of here, man. Until next time, Dodo. Peace.